Another day, another night full of insomnia. This is no joke, my friends. This is day 2 of me not being able to sleep. Today is Thursday, and you're not seeing this on Friday, but you're seeing it at some point in the near future, and I thought I would share this because it is in fact Vlogtober, and half of my content is going to be just me showing you my life and vlogging and sharing and whatnot, and I feel like this is important to share because I'm riding the struggle bus real hard. Not because of diet, not because of lack of exercise, not even because of lack of motivation. I want to do all the things. I'm getting to the point, I'm on day 2 of last night, I got 3.5 hours of sleep. 3.5 hours. I don't know what to do with myself because of that. I'm trying to get comfortable here. Here we go. It's not easy. So I went to bed at 10:30 last night with my husband like normal. This routine has been working for me for the last 3 to 4 weeks. Like, it's been working. I've been going to bed, I've been falling asleep. I don't understand. So I did it again last night and I was like, well, surely I'm tired enough where I'll fall asleep and it'll be fine. And I dozed off for about an hour and then something stirred me. My husband probably moved because I'm world's lightest sleeper and it's annoying. And then I was awake and it was all over. And I once again tossed and turned for 2 hours and got up out of bed. I did all the things. Before I went to bed, I took the CBD oil that I take all the time. I took melatonin. I eventually took Benadryl. I didn't take that right away. I had my nose spray. I could breathe. I could breathe. Allergies weren't an issue. I took all the magnesium, my probiotic, my routine as normal, and I'll be darned if it didn't do jack to help me. So then I got up and I got some Benadryl and then I climbed back in bed and started reading. Usually if I read, even if it's just on my phone, I'm in the middle of a book, I'll find myself dozing off. Nope. So finally, again, after an hour and a half, 2 hours of that, I said, screw it, got out of bed. I made some natural calm. I ate food. I broke my fast to eat some dried fruit because I wanted to get my last resort was the spike your blood sugar so it'll come down because you tend to get tired once your blood sugar crashes. So I went for that because I didn't know what else to do. And then I went upstairs and I worked for over an hour. And which, I mean, of course was great because I ended up finishing a second video and almost completing a third. So now I am officially 2 videos behind and it is not even 10 o'clock on Thursday morning, which is great. But that's not the point. I sat there and I waited until like 1:30 and finally when I realized, oh, my eyes are starting to get heavy, I went downstairs, climbed into bed, and even then I had to get up one more time to go put on a sweatshirt. And I'll get into that in a second. But the point is, I struggled hardcore. And then my alarm went off at 5:30 and I got up anyway. And I'm not saying that to brag and be like, oh, look at me go. And I'm just like, I'm almost frustrated with the fact that I did it. But I woke up and I was like, I'm awake. I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna do the thing. I'm gonna stick to the routine because that's what I need to do. And hopefully this will remedy itself. So here is the plan. As I was struggling to sleep last night, I was thinking and probably overthinking, which was likely part of the problem, but I was thinking about all the things that I was trying to modify in order to fall asleep. And the first thing was I had slipper socks on, but my legs were still doing that tingly, weird, oh, you're cold thing. Now this is a CMT symptom. My legs, my nerves, because my nerves are affected, love to tell my brain that my legs are cold, even when they are hot to the touch. So they could be completely and totally warm and my brain will still register from the knees down that my feet and my legs are freezing cold. Which is why I went from being the person that doesn't sleep in any socks at all, I couldn't stand sleeping in socks, to now I have to sleep in socks. It doesn't matter if my feet are warm or not. In my brain, there's something in that messaging system that tells me that my feet are cold and it is impossible for me to sleep without socks on. So I went from regular pair of slipper socks to hardcore Sherpa lined slipper socks to see if that helped chill the nerves out a little bit, put a little bit more pressure on them. They were a little bit taller, all that jazz. And then when I went back to bed, the reason I had to get up and get a sweatshirt was because there was one little piece of shoulder, just one little piece of shoulder that I could feel the cold air on, and it was driving me crazy because that one little piece of shoulder was cold. But like being under the blankets wasn't enough, so I got up, I threw a sweatshirt on, and then I finally fell asleep once I was covered head to toe in clothing. Never mind the fact I already had slipper socks on. Never mind the fact that I sleep in flannel pants even though, well, now it's gonna be cold outside, but like even in the middle of summer, I sleep in pants. Like, I'm warm. And then I have my 20-pound weighted blanket underneath the sheet and the comforter that my husband and I share. Like, I should not be cold, and I had to put the frickin' sweatshirt on in order for my brain to shut off and shut down. The other thing that I noticed I was really struggling with was anytime my husband tossed, turned, kicked a leg, snored, breathed too heavily, got too close, anything he did to make any noise, I literally wanted to smother him with a pillow. I wanted to kill him. And I was like, but like, that's not normally the problem. It's not like I hate my husband. I love my husband. He is my favorite human being. He is my best friend. Like, I love him. I adore him. So why the heck, when I can't sleep, do I want to kill him? Like, so I got to thinking, I was like, well, if you think about it, Brianna, he's been coming home late, like 9 o'clock every night this week. And with a bedtime of 10 o'clock, by the time he gets home and makes himself food, because the boy has got to eat again, and all that jazz, it's time for us to go to bed, and we've literally spent no time together. And hockey season started this week, so add that to the list of things he wants to do before sitting down and like having a heart-to-heart, right? So I was wondering, between the weekend of, yes, we all spent time together, but my in-laws were here, so it wasn't like romantic time, or it wasn't just one-on-one time or just cuddling on the couch time. It was adventures out and family time. So I was with him, but we weren't connecting on that deeper level, and nothing like that has happened this week either. So it's been well over a week since I've had any emotional, like real emotional connection to my husband. And so I'm sitting there in bed wanting to smother him with a pillow, wondering if subconsciously that is causing me problems. Like, I don't want to be in bed with him because I don't feel connected to him, type of thing. The interesting part though is I had to sit and think about if that was it, because in my conscious mind, wide awake, I don't care. I'm used to him not being here 4 days a week. So the fact that he still comes home at night is still a bonus, you know? Like, I still get to go to bed with him, kiss him goodnight, kiss him good morning, whatever. So in my conscious mind, this was literally not a problem. Not a problem. But apparently in my subconscious mind, it could be something that's triggering me to not want to sleep and feel restless in bed with him instead of comforted by being in bed with him. I could be really far-fetched and out there and just stretching looking for answers, or I could be spot on. Either way, for all of these things that I've tried to fix and mend while trying to solve my problems, I've come up with an action plan, because that is what you do. The goal is to sleep, so I came up with an action plan for my goal. And I'm sorry this is getting very long, but this is what I'm struggling with right now, and I want to share my struggles with you. First thing I am doing is, my husband is hopefully coming home from work earlier than 9 o'clock tonight, and we're actually going to spend some time together. We just need a little bit of time. And I told him this, instead of keeping this to myself, that like, hey, I think I really felt like I wanted to smother you in your sleep last night. I told him. I was like, look, this is happening. I don't know why. We need to do something about it. So he is well aware of how I'm feeling about everything, and how I'm speculating that maybe this thing with him is an issue. I don't know if it is, but it could be. So I told him about it so we can fix it. So that's going to happen. I am going to dress myself head to toe in warmth. Guys, I'll tell you about these later, but these are legitimate. You see how they're connected to a cord? These are heated gloves, because my hands are freezing up in the office. I purchased $12 heated gloves that are charged into USB, so they're plugged into my computer, and I have heating pads on my hands. I'm going to cover myself head to toe in extra warmth until the second I go to bed. Because of course, after I put the sweatshirt on, I fell asleep, and then probably an hour and a half later, I only slept for 3.5 hours. A couple hours later, I ended up too hot and had to get up and take the sweatshirt off, but by then I was in sleep mode, so it was easy for me to fall right back asleep. So I'm gonna get myself nice and warm, until I have to hop into bed. So my body already thinks, hey, you're warm, you're toasty. So my legs are satisfied, so my body is satisfied, all that jazz. I'm not going to go to bed until I feel the droopy eye sensation. I'm not gonna go to bed based on a bedtime, because quite frankly, if I go to bed at 12:30 instead of 10:30, but I fall asleep, I'll be getting more sleep than I have been the last 2 days, getting up at 5:30. So I'm going to bed when I'm tired. I'm gonna keep myself busy. I'm gonna, oh, you guys. And the last thing I'm doing today, I had my cup of coffee at 6 o'clock this morning. No more caffeine the rest of the day. No more caffeine the rest of the day. Lord Jesus, help me. But that's what's happening. I've rambled on about this for 10 minutes now, but that's what's happening. the struggle is so real, you guys. The struggle is so stinking real. So we're gonna see how that goes. We're gonna see how this day plays out. But this is today's vlog. How I am trying to figure out how to solve this insomnia problem. I had insomnia issues before. I fixed them. I haven't had them in so long. I don't know why they're back. I don't know why. But I need to figure it out because this will kill me. Very slowly and very painfully, but it will kill me if I don't get it figured out soon. Alright, I might be completely exhausted and I might not be allowed to have pre-workout because of my self-imposed caffeine ban after this morning's cup of coffee. But I'm going to work out anyway. I'm doing the Morning Meltdown 100 from Beachbody On Demand, one of the cardio workouts. I haven't been doing these in order like most normal Beachbody people do. I just like to pick and choose to do whatever I want. Some days I feel like this, some days I feel like that. I want to do Morning Meltdown because I really like the Morning Meltdown, but I don't want to do weights. I don't want to do core. I just want to do something that's going to get my blood flowing. So I went and found a cardio workout within that program, and that's what I'm going to do to the best of my ability, given my current circumstances, because I have no excuses. Well, I'll tell you this, my friends. The one perk to having insomnia and at least being disciplined enough to come upstairs and do work instead of putter around downstairs while I couldn't sleep is I am now, thanks to the work I did last night while I wasn't sleeping, and today, 3 videos ahead. I've never been this far ahead. We're talking like 3 videos edited, rendered, uploaded, scheduled. 3 videos ahead. I've never been that far ahead before. So, there's a silver lining, I suppose. Also, during lunch today, I sat down and decided to finally pick up the new episodes of This Is Us. So I watched, I think, the season opener because I'm that far behind. But, oh my gosh, I don't know why I'm surprised, but it was phenomenal. The way they introduced new characters and linked them all in, and the writers of that show are geniuses. Alright, so it is the next day, and I'm here to tell you exactly how my precautions for curing my insomnia went, and I'm here to tell you they worked. You guys, by 9 o'clock last night, I was dozing on the couch. My husband came home at a reasonable hour. We spent some time together. We had dinner together. We cuddled on the couch and watched New Amsterdam. Oh man, New Amsterdam! Such a good show. We are still 2 episodes away from being up to date. We just watched the first episode of the 2nd season, and it is so stinking good. But that's not the point. The point is, I started dozing on the couch around 9 o'clock, and at 9:30 I said, you know what, I'm done. I'm just going to go to bed. I'm going to ride this wave and see what happens. And I got into bed by 10 o'clock and was out. Out like a light. Slept through the night completely, got 7 hours of sleep, and still got up at 5:30 in the morning. So, what did I do differently? Well, I spent time with my husband, so I wasn't sure if that subconscious thing was actually a thing or not, but it was nice to actually spend some quality time with my husband. I did not have caffeine outside of my morning coffee. I made sure I was warm while we were in cuddle mode right before I went to bed. I was in my pajamas. I had slipper socks on underneath my slippers, like socks in my slippers to make sure my feet stayed warm. I had a blanket on, so I did try and keep myself warm as well. I took all of my meds. By all of my meds, I don't mean like the OD crazy situation I was doing before. I take a probiotic and I take magnesium every single night, and then I take CBD every single night. Those are what I took, just my normal everyday run-of-the-mill stuff. And I just relaxed, and I don't know if it was, I had a productive day, and I felt good about it, and I spent quality time with my husband, and I wasn't over-caffeinated, and I was exhausted, but I still did my workout and everything. It wasn't a great workout, but I still moved my body. The one thing that didn't happen yesterday that I wish it had is I didn't get to 10,000 steps. I only got to about 8,000 steps, which was a bummer, but I wasn't even going to stress about it because I'm like, you know what? These last 2 days have sucked. So we're just going to go with it. And you know what? I woke up this morning feeling great. That's not entirely true. I woke up and really did not want to get out of bed. My body was like, you really need like 5 more hours of this, but I got up anyway. And obviously now, like you can tell in the tone of my voice, I sound much better. I'm exhausted because I live streamed today, but I sound much more energized, and it's 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So things are much better. Let me know if you guys want like more in-depth information on like how I battle my everyday struggles. Do you want a video about insomnia? Do you want a video about everyday adaptations with CMT? Do you want a video about, I don't know, how to not smother your husband while he sleeps and you're lying awake? I don't know. Oh. Really? Really? You're a jerk. Anyway, this video was just really random, but I want to share my real life with you guys. That's what Vlogtober is all about. Yes, it's just a crazy lash of videos, but vlogging really is supposed to be sharing your life. And for the last couple days, that was my life. That 10-minute rant I did on Insomnia was my life. So I wanted to make sure that I'm honest and open with you guys, and this is my real life. This is my struggle, and I hope you guys like it. See you tomorrow.